Okay, hey. We are gonna make shepherd's pie soup. I got everything ready. It's a little tedious. It's kind of a long recipe, but it is so worth it in the end. So, you want 2 pounds of potatoes. I do weigh those out. And then I peel them, and then you're gonna boil them and mash them. And the recipe calls for some sour cream. You add some butter, you add some sour cream to it. And then get those ready and put them on the side. Off to the side, whatever. You're gonna need 1 pound of hamburger, a whole onion. If you don't like onion, don't use it. 3 cloves of garlic, minced, which means chopped up very fine. And then we'll go on in a minute. So first off, you're gonna brown your hamburger. First, you're gonna make your potatoes. Just get them out of the way. You can do it while you're browning your meat or whatever, but however you feel that you want to do it, because of course this will take a minute. It does say add I think some oil to this to brown your hamburger, but my hamburger is kind of fatty, so I'm not doing that. And it's a little old. Now remember, so this looks old. They dye your meat at the store. So if you have brown hamburger before you've cooked it, do not be afraid. Just remember, always smell it. Smells alright? You're gonna cook it. So I cook my onion and my burger together. Put the onion in, and then I'll brown this, and I will be right back. This is a delicious soup. You're gonna love it. And it's not really soupy. So like for those people that don't really like soup, it's more hearty. It's more thick. So just remember that, because my husband's not a big soup fan, but I like soup. But I like all different kinds of soup. I like thick soup. I like just regular, like vegetable, or not vegetable. Yeah, just like a soup. Sorry, it's been a long day. All right, I'm gonna brown this, and I'll be right back. I just want to show people that, you know, what my hamburger looked like, because I know it was all gray and stuff, but look. I mean, it's still pink, you know. So that's why I'm trying to tell you that you don't always have to, you know, don't be afraid. Like I said, if it smells bad, yeah, toss it, you know. You don't want that, but hamburger will stay in the fridge almost forever. Probably a good 2 weeks, week and a half. I mean, it really, you know, if you can't get to it right away, don't just toss it out, just smell it. And like I said, if it smells good, and people might not agree with me, and that's okay. You know, you do you. Like, if I had a business, would I sell this? No. But will I eat it? Heck yeah. Because, you know, I'm not into throwing stuff away. What's up, Sister Sue? What are you doing?
Filling my water.
Oh, you want to put your chocolate milk in the fridge? I mean, it's just been sitting there, so.
I don't like chocolate milk.
You don't like chocolate milk? Why'd you get it then?
My dad got it. It
Wow.
just came with the Happy Meal.
Oh, okay. He's probably going to drink it then. Grandma will drink it. She likes chocolate milk.
Where can I put it then?
In the fridge.
Okay. I'm gonna put it in the freezer.
Don't put it in the freezer. It'll get forgotten in there. It'll get forgotten. It'll get forgotten.
I put it in
Okay, I just want to show you that. I'll be right back. Okay, now you're going to add the garlic. Minced garlic, which I just happen to have garlic, so it's fresh garlic. Remember also that if you use fresh garlic, it'll be more potent than the garlic. So, just remember that. There we go. Got a spoon. Want to mix that in a little bit. Just give it a little bit, like a minute to cook. have you add garlic at the end is because it could burn. Garlic will burn really easy, really fast. So, like if they say, hey, you know, put your onions in and get them translucent, and then add your garlic, and you only cook it for like a minute, it's because it'll burn. But in something like this, I mean, it's added to, you know, the single pot. It's probably not going to burn. But if you just got onion and garlic going, yeah, you need to get your onion translucent. So I'd say cook your onion at least 4 minutes. And then add your garlic. And then you're going to add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so we add our garlic. And, okay. Last minute garlic flour. Add chicken broth. Okay. So now you're going to add flour. And that's going to make your soup thicker. And this calls for a 1/4 cup. Grab a 1/4 cup of flour. And we're going to sprinkle this all over. And you don't drain it. You don't drain your fat out. Because the flour is going to mix with that fat. With that oil. Grease, whatever. And now I'm starting to say seed oil is bad for you. I cook with canola oil, I have for years. I'm not changing. They are suggesting tallow now, and butter or ghee, which I think ghee is just like cooked down butter. But, you know, it's kind of spendy. But just because they say something's bad for you, I don't believe them. And a good example is eggs. They've been saying eggs are good for you. Then they change it to eggs are bad for you. And then they change it to eggs are good for you. And then, yeah, just like, you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. But I do know that butter and tallow and ghee is better for you. But see, they used to call that bad for you. Just they don't know what they're talking about. I'm just like, you know, cook how you feel. My husband's on the carnivore diet, and he feels great when he eats properly. So, and that's all I cook is food, and is pretty much butter, bacon grease, tallow if I have it, which we'll go through making tallow. It's somewhat easy. You just take it off the top of boiling bones. So if you make a bone broth, and when you cool it down, it's going to have a layer of fat on the top. That's your tallow. Take that off, and we'll go through that. All right, we got the flour. We're going to just cook this off just a little bit. I don't even didn't matter if you cooked it off or not. There's so much seasoning and so much flavor in this. You're never going to, you won't. And you see, I hand wrote this there, so my directions are a little shady. That's why I gotta go through. And I think I just need that. And I don't have that. So, okay. Then you're gonna add 4 cups of chicken broth. I think it says 4 cups of chicken broth, right? Where's my chicken broth? Whatever. Oh. It says chicken broth. It says beef broth, actually. I think I ran out of beef bouillon, so we're using chicken broth, but you can use beef broth. I'd rather use beef, but I forgot all about that, and I have the chicken broth made, so we're using it. We're going. Okay, this is going to thicken up this whole thing. It's going to mix with that flour in there. It's going to get warm and thicken that up. So we'll be right back. Me. Alright, we're going to add some Worcestershire. It doesn't thicken it up a lot. It's still soupy. But hang on, it gets better. Okay, Worcestershire. It calls for 3/4 of a teaspoon, but I'm just going to put some in. Because I love Worcestershire. And like I said, I always have this written out in the description. Gonna do that. And then it calls for 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, half teaspoon of mustard powder. Is that it? Oh, and a teaspoon of sage. It might be, oh, a 1/4 teaspoon of sage. I'm not a big sage fan, but I put it in here. Usually, I don't. But I thought, you know, hey, maybe my taste buds have changed because my taste buds change as I get older. And so that's all in here, and we're just going to throw that in there and get this going. I think I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Oh, yeah. See, and I can smell that sage, so I hope this doesn't overpower it because sage is a powerful seasoning. And I don't want it overpowering it. Doesn't matter now. I put it in. So, like I say, if you don't like something, don't put it in. Like usually I wouldn't. But I'm feeling froggy. Okay, we got that in. Then it says slowly add your half and half. But I think I'm going to get this a little hotter. But gotta be careful with the cream and the half and half and the milk and all that. Because it could curdle. And I haven't really ever had a problem with that. But now that I say that out loud, we could watch it curdle right in front of our eyes. Slowly. I don't know what that means. It's probably so it don't curdle. This is a delicious soup though. Like the last pot, I froze it all, and then I ended up eating like the whole thing. Eventually, it's so good. My favorite. One of them. Cause I like soup. All right, nice and creamy. So should I get it all? Shit's expensive nowadays. Excuse me. Hey. Oh, somebody's in the shower. That's when my water don't work out here. And we're gonna get this to a simmer. That's why I did that. It's Friday, so I'm having a little cocktail on the side while we do this. Spend our little Friday night together, but nah, this probably won't even be loaded till. I'm gonna try to get it on there tonight, but putting this recipe in. I mean, if I just edited to a point and then just threw it in there, man, that'd be one thing, but you gotta put all the ingredients, and I like to put it on the video. So we'll see if that happens, because editing is, like I said, from the beginning of me videoing, editing sucks. It takes forever. Try not to curse. So we got a few more days before the new president comes into play. I hope things change. I just want the price of eggs to go down. You know, that's getting a little outrageous with my husband being on carnivore, man. I just paid almost $27 for a 60 pack of eggs today. And they always do fluctuate, but I hate paying the high price of it. But I think next year I'll be like hitting my friends up who have chickens and getting a little bit more of that going on. Because, you know, if you don't wash chicken eggs, fresh chicken eggs, they'll sit for 6 months, they say. As long as you don't wash them, and you don't got to put them in the fridge. If you wash them, they need to go in the fridge. But if you don't wash them, they'll sit for months. That's kind of cool. But I ain't getting chickens, so I got to rely on other people that have chickens in my world. Let's see, it says bring it to a boil, then simmer. Like, I printed this out so I could, like, be precise with you people, but I can't find it, and I'm not printing another one right now. I want to just get this done. I've been trying to do this for, like, a week. But, you know, shit happens. Hence why my hamburger was a little gray. Because I've been trying to do this for a week and it didn't happen. But it's happening now. Okay. So, I don't know how long you're supposed to simmer this, but I do know enough that I'm going to move on. Because now, you're going to put your potatoes in. So like I said, I already made these. And these have been sitting for like, I think 4 days. So, that's alright. We're just going to add it. And, gosh, I'm so excited about this. It's like the best thing ever. Alright. And this also will thicken up your soup. And so I'm going to tell you guys right now. If you don't have one of these, that is okay. Because, you know, you work with what you have. And I just happen to have, it's called an immersion blender. And I use this mostly for like tomato sauce. Because it'll just blend your whole tomatoes right down to a sauce. And I love it. But this one calls for it. If I can get it plugged in. Okay. So immersion blender, you're gonna get these potatoes all mixed up and all this stuff, and it's gonna also break your hamburger down more. Be out of the shot. We're just gonna go for it. Ready? Here we go. We'll see. Oh yeah. Let's see how it took that. Just take that off. Whoop. Both sides, both sides. Whoop. That over there. So it took this hamburger down to like this kind of like sausage gravy. It reminds me of. Just really nice. And you don't have to do that, you know. I think the last one, I don't think I did do this. And I had like chunks of hamburger in there, which was really good. But this will, you know, because every time I make something, it's always different. Okay, so we add the potatoes and we blended it with an immersion blender. And now we just add the last little cocktail to my mouth. Okay, so shepherd's pie calls for peas and carrots and corn. I thought I had some peas and carrots frozen, and I don't. I had a little bit, just a tiny bit, but I had this in there, so I used what I have. So I had this, and I'm a corn lover. I had a little bit of corn and beans left over from a different recipe. Putting that in there too. Nothing goes to waste. Okay, anyways, and then I had this too. So since I'm a corn hound, because last time I was eating this, I opened a can of corn and I would just add like 1/4 cup to my bowl. I love corn. So, yeah, I'm going in with the whole thing. It calls for just peas and carrots and corn, like a frozen bag about this size. That's good enough, but, you know, I do what I want. Alright, got the vegetables in there. We can stir these in there. I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited. I'm having this tonight. Oh, yeah. Alright, you might want a little bigger pot than this, but I think I'm going to make it work. Usually I do have a bigger pot, but I got this one for Christmas, so I figured I'd just use it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Ooh, we got a little piece of mashed potato there. Oh my gosh. Okay, and I think the last step, it says salt and pepper to taste, you know, but you'll just do that later when you got it all mixed up and the vegetables have been in there. I let something simmer just a little bit, just to let all the flavors meld. Alright, last part, 2 cups of cheese. This cheddar cheese, and I grated it myself. We're just gonna throw the whole thing in there. This is where it'll thicken up too. Oh my gosh. Go. Like that big old clump of cheese. Right there. Don't be afraid. That's all I gotta say. When you're cooking, don't be afraid. You really can't mess too much up. Especially if you're going with your own way of getting, you know, putting ingredients together, or, you know, can't really do too much harm to a recipe if you want to make it your own. And then, I follow a lady, I think it's Side Dishes. I've mentioned her before. She made some kind of cheddar biscuit or something. I'll have to look that up real quick, but I will put the link to her, because I thought those cheddar biscuits that she made, and that's why I apologize to her, because I don't remember 100%, but because it's been a week or two, I think they go really good with this. So please check her out, because she's got some good recipes on her site too. Alright. And there we go. You got shepherd's pie soup. And it looks just amazing. And I'm going to grab a spoon and try it out. So much for always trying to get these done quickly. I can't do that. I like it too much. I like the tapia. Oh my gosh. That's really good. So I'll probably add some salt. I think it tastes amazing just the way it is. But if you're a salt and pepper fan, you're going to want to add that to it. But if you're trying to stay away from salt, this has plenty of seasoning in it. It's really good by itself. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy this. Like I said, this will go great with biscuits or a piece of buttered toast.